to my world where all is well, and I'm the thinker who thinks the thoughts that create the things. Today is Sunday, September the 3rd, 2023, and it is currently 18:20 hours. I'm also the Queen Chief of Three Kings. I would like to say thank you to my Queen Chief of Three Kings, CI, Confidential Informant, Secret Squirrel Society. If you have anything you would like to send me, I keep my sources anonymous. You may do so at alliswell71479@gmail.com. My email is in the description. Also, please like, please share, please subscribe, please subscribe, please turn on that notification bell. So today I got in my, I opened my inbox and somebody asked me had I heard about the Takeda Young case. And I was like, no. So I just Googled Takeda Young, and what came up was Bodycam footage showing moments before pregnant Takeda Young fatally shot by Ohio police officers. So I watched the video several times. I used to play cops and robbers, so I guess people want my perspective. I watched the video several times. I do not know what happened before the video was turned on. But from my opinion, I believe these officers need a lesson in de-escalation techniques. Even as an individual. If you come at somebody aggressively, they are going to return that same energy towards you most of the time. Upon the officer's approach, from what I saw on the video, his first words were, "Get out the car. Get out the car. Get out the car." Now, nothing in what I read or what I saw said that Miss Takeda Young was armed and dangerous. And if she was armed and dangerous, I would not be approaching the vehicle, knocking on the windshield saying, "Get out the car." It'll be done like a felony stop. Now, so then the officer knocks on the window and just constantly saying, "Get out the car." So she's in her car. She's like, "Why?" And they just keep saying, "Get out the car, get out the car. You stole something." And she said, "No, I didn't steal anything." Now, I have a issue with their approach. I do have an issue with their approach. Me, if I'm responding to a shoplifting call, first of all, this happened in Ohio. From what I gather, they accused her of stealing something out of a grocery store. Now, I know the cost of eggs and milk has gone up tremendously, but unless eggs and milk both cost $500 a piece, this was not a felony. The felonious amount of shoplifting in the state of Ohio is $1,000. Now, the way they was banging on her car, "Get out the car," I'm like, okay. You would think she done stole some TVs, computers, some jewelry, some diamonds out of the grocery store. Now, in the background, you can see a Kroger's. I don't know if it happened at a Kroger's or not. I'm just in the background, you can see a Kroger's. Now, I happen to shop at Kroger's. I've been shopping there for years, and I like it. And I have Three Kings, as you know. Not one time have I ever shopped at Kroger's and my grocery bill came to the amount of $1,000. That's just from my personal experience. I don't know how many kids. She had two young sons, and she was pregnant with a little girl. So if she was going grocery shopping for her and her two little sons, and of course the baby growing within her, that's 4 people. I don't know if for you all who have 4 people, when you go to Kroger's, have your grocery bill ever came to the amount of $1,000? And if so, just leave whatever you think. If you agree with my thinking thought or not, leave a comment. Let me know if I'm right or wrong or however you see it. But I believe some de-escalation techniques training need to be going on, or some verbal judo or something. Cause even me, if you approach my window knocking on the window, get out the car, I'm gonna be looking at you crazy too. I'm not gonna want to get out the car. I'm gonna want to call 911 on you. Hey, it's a crazy man in a uniform on, police uniform on, knocking on my window, telling me to get out the car. I think they should have calmly approached. There was nothing that indicated she was armed and dangerous. I would have simply just walked up to the car and said, "Excuse me, ma'am. My name is Sergeant Smith. Badge number 213 with the Ohio Police Department. The reason why communicating with you because you've been accused, or there's a reason why they may believe that you may have stolen some items out of the store. Is this true or not?" If she would have said no, I would have said, okay, cool. Now, if I would have seen some video footage or some evidence that she did steal something or present it to me, and then I would do it a different way. At that point, I would say, "Ma'am, well, we have evidence otherwise, and I'm going to need you to step out the car and let's clear this up. Can you call a family member or somebody to come and pay for these items, return these items? Let's see what the store want to do. Do they want to press charges? Ma'am, you stole $20 worth of candy bars, and unfortunately, we're going to have to arrest you for these $20 worth of candy bars." See however the grocery store would like to handle this. But to be executed for an amount, in my opinion, that wasn't even a felonious amount. Now, as far as I know, our job is to enforce the law, serve and protect, enforce the law. I don't recall anywhere in any SOP where we were supposed to be the judge and the executor or the jury at all. This happened on August the 24th. I mean, they repeatedly asked her to get out the car, not identifying themselves or anything. The Blended Township Chief John Belfort, of course, saying that they repeatedly asked her to get out the car, but I believe this was totally avoidable. First of all, I don't know what type of parents or what type of upbringing they had, but I remember growing up, my parents said, "Hey, look both ways before you cross the street." If we in the parking lot walking, if a car is about to drive up, we didn't stand in front of cars that were about to move. I would like to advise you, don't stand in front of a car with a driver behind it and just stand there. Now, I don't know why this particular police officer pulled his gun out and stood in front of a car, and aggressively telling her to get her out the car. Now, I'm not saying what Miss Takeda Young did was right or wrong. I'm just suggesting, and I believe that this was all avoidable. First of all, don't stand in front of a car. Just for anybody in uniform, out of uniform. Do not sit up there and stand in front of a car. If your girlfriend in the car and you the boyfriend and you mad because the girlfriend is leaving, don't stand in front of the car. I believe that's just common sense. Don't stand in front of any car that has a driver behind the steering wheel. Okay? I mean, I don't know. What if they fall asleep? What if they hit the gas? What if the car malfunction? Anything. I don't know if she deliberately was going towards. Unfortunately, they executed her, so we can't get the answers. But all of this was unavoidable. Don't stand in front of the car. And why you have your gun out? I mean, was it shoplifting, robbery, or am I missing something? She was executed for shoplifting. What in the world did she steal out of a grocery store that would cause you to bang on the windshield and say, "Get out the car"? Why couldn't we just simply approach and say, "Hey, my name is Officer Frida Smith. If you want my badge number," I forgot what it was. It's 69, and there's reason to believe that you may have stolen something out of this particular grocery store. Is that true? No. Or if she said, "Yes, I did. I have hungry kids at the house. I didn't have any money. They needed diapers and stuff, and I did steal it. And I need resources and assistance." Okay, ma'am, let's see if we can figure out a better way for you to get the resources and assistance that you need without stealing. Let's go talk to the grocery store. Let's see if they even want to press charges. So she was still in the parking lot. Whatever they was accusing her of shoplifting, they could have returned it. Now that they have executed, did they get their stuff back? I mean, what was the value of the stuff? I mean, this is just, well, the officers are on administrative leave from the last I heard. But I looked at the video several times. Like I said, I don't know what happened before the video was turned on. I don't know if she ran and jumped in her car before the video was turned on, and then that's why they approached her aggressively. It's too many unanswered questions. But I just want to admonish and advise you, if you're a police officer or not, do not stand in front of a vehicle. Don't put yourself in harm's way. When I used to play cops and robbers, they taught us something called the deadly funnel. Don't put yourself in the deadly funnel. If you enter in a building, a tactical approach, anything, I believe this officer purposely put himself in a deadly funnel, so when she did drive off, he can shoot his weapon at her and say, hey, I felt like my life was in danger. You can't purposely put your life in danger and then blame some person that you killed for putting your life in danger. No, you put your life in danger. And then you took somebody else's life for you putting your life in danger. I mean, make it make sense. Am I right or am I right? Y'all let me know. But, so somebody sent me, I can't remember, was it a video or was it just a news article? Let me see. They sent what they actually sent me. And of course, now I can't even find it on my handy dandy notebook. I'm looking at my handy dandy notebook. It was from NBCnews.com. Bodycam footage shows moments before pregnant woman's fatal shooting. But why would anybody stand? My response was, why would anybody stand in front of any car? It's like putting yourself in harm's way and then saying, hey, I feared for my life. I would say always comply. I would like to say that, but then I've seen videos where minorities comply and still end up dead. But I believe the best thing to do is just comply. If they say get out the car, I hope and pray that you still are not executed. But the good thing is you're in a public environment. But if they being that aggressive too, ain't no telling what they would have done towards her when she would have got out the car, and she was pregnant. Would they would slam their body on the ground, immediately put her in cuffs? I mean, if you're talking to me aggressively and I'm in the car, it's not gonna, number one, make me want to get out the car. Number two, I'm gonna be scared what you're gonna do to me outside of the car. You're already yelling and screaming at me and banging on my windshield inside the car. Somebody make this make sense to me. But that's all I want to say about that. God, I'm praying for the comfort and strength of Miss Takeda Young, the victim, unfortunate victim in this situation that I really believe was unavoidable. I'm also praying for the officers and the chief and the Blendon, Ohio Police Department and the citizens there. I pray that they find a different way of handling situations for shoplifting. For anybody in the Blendon, Ohio area, please don't steal nothing. Don't go to the dollar store. Don't steal nothing. Please don't. Okay? We don't want nobody executed for stealing $1 worth of lollipops from the dollar store. Until they learn some de-escalation techniques or something. I mean, like I said, I don't know what happened before the camera turned on. Did she run out of the grocery store with a handful of stuff and jump in her car? I don't know. I have so many unanswered questions, but based on what I have seen so far, I believe this whole thing could be unavoidable. Could have been unavoidable. Miss Takeda Young could still have been here with her 2 young sons and the baby girl she was carrying. And those officers could be back on the street helping the other citizens, serving and protecting the other citizens. in the community. But unfortunately, somebody decided to bang on somebody's windshield and say, "Get out the car." Um, God bless them. I believe the whole thing was unavoidable, but thank you so much. Please leave your comments if you have any comments, whether you agree with me or not. I'm open to it. My heart is open. My mind is receptive. Please like. Please share. Please subscribe. Please subscribe. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for turning on that notification bell. I want you to know I love you. I appreciate you. I thank God for you. All is well. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. May my whole life prove that God is good.